this is my farm.
Not exactly the best farm around town, is it?
So that's why today we are going to be building some farmlands. We've got a lot planned, so we just need to get straight into building. The main aim for this is we need some fields to hold wheat, carrots, potatoes, some cows, sheep, pigs, and a barn. And that's why we've got red terracotta. I have never made a red barn before, but red barns are such a comical looking barn for a farm. And I love farms, but I've never built a red barn. That's why today we're going to start with building a red barn. Get straight into building it.
So this week for me has actually been quite a fun farming week. I really enjoyed building and filming today's video, but we did so much work, and I've been heavily inspired this entire week because I've been watching Clarkson's farm, which has been absolutely hysterical. But it's really put me in the farm mindset and kind of understanding what to build, what I kind of want, what I need for like the different animal pens, how to grow. But it kind of put me in a mindset. But it's been truly a good laugh to watch, and yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed building this barn. I went with some like blocks that kind of stood out for me. I've always wanted to build a red barn. It's something that is a very comical design, and it was so fun building it. I went and gathered the red terracotta from a mesa, and I was so happy to use the pale oak. Something we've been using a lot in some of our builds recently. It's a brand new block and it's fantastic, and I've never used it before, so I'm really pleased to be able to like incorporate it into so many builds. And it's going to be a big, important block in a future upcoming build, which we do hint at a couple times in this video. But no, I really like this build. I think it's very saturated, very bright and vibrant. The use of like the blocks for the roof, the rims being obviously the white pale oak, and the saturated red concrete. But I think it all adds in together really nicely.
Okay, look at this. Look at this. It's a big red barn. It's a big red barn. I love a big red barn. So this was actually a really fun build. I really enjoyed this. We haven't finished it, of course. Look at the interior. That is what we're going to do next. Yeah, this is the outside. So we used quite red terracotta. It's quite bright and vibrant. We went for the nice pale oak wood. I was going to go with diorite, but in contrast, this is a lot more brighter and saturated in contrast to this. And I thought the diorite was quite plain. So yeah, and then we've got the quite vibrant roof with the tuff and the white. Oh, I love it so much. So our next mission is to get on with the interior in here. Let's go! Alright, look at this build. Look at it. It has come together and it's looking so cool. Just take a quick tour around it and then we'll get on to the farm bits. So as we come in, we've got all these little animal plots either side. So we've got three. So we've got cows, pigs, and sheep. Right, so they just chill here. They're just vibing a little bit. We've got some honeybee nests here by the exit, and we got some barrels. This is meant to be wheat, but I am currently not doing too great on the wheat because we haven't got any fields. So at the minute, we are just using bamboo, and then we've got some compost over here. And if we head upstairs, this is a little bit empty, but it's meant to just resemble like a bunch of boxes and farm supplies, tools, and all that up here. So it's a little bit like empty, but it's nice up here. I like it. We've got the big windows. We've got the beams at the top. I love it in here. It looks so cool. And then yeah, we got the muddied up floor because you know it's a barn. Of course, it's going to be muddy. It's going to be muddy everywhere. Our next plan is moving on to doing the actual farm bits. So we're going to have a couple of plots all scattered about, some big, some small, and some medium. But we need to locate where they're going to be and place them accordingly. Hey guys, so we have just finished up building all of the outer wall layers for all the farmyard plots. And so we're going to take a quick look around the farm so far. So obviously we built this wonderful little barn. I really like it. It pops with colour and it really kind of sets a pop of colour compared to what we've been building in the past couple of episodes. As you can obviously see though, there are a lot of plots all around here. Oh, it's really busy and I really like it so much. So we're going to take a quick look. If they're a pen, par 1, it is basically going to hold animals. So over here is going to have our chickens. This will be the chicken pen, and we're going to do some decorations in here like a little pen, like a little chicken coop in there. Over here is going to be our piggies. our little piggies. So this is, yeah, we're going to have like a little pig pen. And then we're hoping to mud up this area a lot because obviously piggies are making a mess. Over here, which is our next animal pen, and you can already see we've got some in. We got a sheep pen. Now this is the largest one because hopefully I can have a range of sheep colours. But we also added a custom tree in the middle because originally there was a tree there and I liked the tree. It was a big tree, so I chopped it down. But I made it better, as you can see. So it's a little bit of a weird skinny one, but I like it. And then there's sheep in here. Over here, overlooking the water, which I really like, adds like a fun little cool effect, hopefully, especially from like over here when we start working over there. This is going to be the potato farm, the carrot farm. This is a nice big carrot plot, and then over here is the cow pen. So this is a cool little big pen. And then the furthest one away from all of them, because it's a little bit further away, but it's in front of the bee house, which we did last episode, is the wheat fields. This is going to be where we're going to have our wheat growing. This is basically the bare bones of the farm. But before we end today's video, I want to finish decorating it all. So we're going to add some small little details to each little pen to really give it some pizzazz to it. So without further ado, let's get into it. My hoe just broke and it made me think. When I was a wee lad, my father said to me, he said, son, come close. Remember, one thing you must never do is waste your diamonds on a hoe. Anyway, shall we get back into farming the ground? Every farm that I've been to, they usually have a silo, so we're going to build a couple here. Now, I think they hold wheat and grain, but I don't really know. So ours is just going to be purely aesthetic. It's not really going to have a function. So we're just going to build it here. Right, and what we do is we're going to build this upwards. Let's go. Okay, everybody, we are back after all that building, all that time lapse. Everything is finished in this farm and it's looking fantastic. You just saw some little snippets of the bits, but here is the grand tour. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Hey, look at this place. Oh, wow. Wow, it's looking good. So let's take a quick tour around the place and we'll show everything with a little bit of commentary on what I've built and done. First of all, up here is our wheat farm. We've got our little stalk man in the field there, you know, tracked off the birds and stuff. Get off my wheat. But this is looking awesome. And I really love down the center here. We coming from that mountain, we've got a little water stream, which I like to think is coming from like a reservoir inside the mountain. And I made it like really thin. So this looks really nice and really cool. I'm really happy with how this came out. I'm super pleased. I think it looks really nice. Adds a pop of colour in the middle. And ooh! Whoops. And we move over here. Over here you could probably see there's some construction going on. That's for a later video. Don't you worry about that. We need a farm owner to come live and look after the fields. So this is where they're gonna live. But that will be for a later video where we build a farm manor. So I hope you subscribe and look forward to that video. You don't want to miss it. Over here is the cow field. I like this. I didn't really know what to add for their little decorations, so I gave them a little overhead shelter, you know, just in the rain and stuff. And they've got some buckets to feed from, and they've got some hay bales. It's just an open field. They're cows. They're just kind of vibing, man. They're vibing. Next door to the lovely cows is our carrot patch, and this is a little sparse, I will say. As you can see, this guy is crying because of how sparse it is, but It is slowly growing. Carrots just seem to take quite a while to grow. I don't really know why. Across from the carrot patch, we have got the sheep pen. I really like this one because originally there was a tree in here, and then I chopped it down and I made a little custom one, and I think it's got a nice wall. It's the only animal pen with the stone wall. I just thought it'd be kind of fun for the sheep, you know, something different. But yeah, we've got loads of different sheeps in here wandering around. Hold on. Excuse me, sir. You are not a sheep. I really like this pen. It connects up nicely to this mountain. It's got the tree in the center, some hay bales, and loads of little sheepy boys. Now, directly across from it, we have got our potato farm, and this one is expanded out massively. This took so quickly to grow, and it's a big one. I like it. Something I really liked about these fields is I had them overlooking the cliff, right? Like, obviously I blocked off the animal ones, but it's kind of nice it being kind of exposed at the back and just overhangs a little bit into the lake that goes past our farm and our Elvers Eden over there. I'm really happy with this one. This looks super cool. And then we come into the main barnyard area. We'll get to looking in the barn in probably last because we've already looked over that. Over here we've got the pig pen. I love the pig pen. I went ham on the no pun intended. You know, I went crazy on the floor here. I put some podzol, some mud. And I think it really adds like a nice effect because pigs like to slush around in the mud, roll around. They're dirty little fellas. Straight in here. And they've got a little pig pen which they can walk into. I don't think I've actually seen anyone go in it. Should we push you in? Go in. You gonna go in? It's nice and cozy there. Yeah. Alright, bye. We have a little water well, which is kind of nice. It's only one deep, but you know, you don't have to know about that. You've got a little bucket. I think it looks nice, especially in front of the barn. And then over here we've got our little chicken pen, which has got lots of eggs going, which is quite good and handy. And we've got a nice little chicken coop here, which I think looks really nice. They kind of walk in there, as you can see. They're all just chilling. So I think it looks really nice. I like it. And they've got little pots here, which are meant to be like their little feeding stuff. Finally, we move to the barn. So we've got some silos here which are going to hold our seeds. They don't actually functionally work at the minute, but I think maybe in a future video I might actually make them full-time storage for these. Those are our silos, when they got some pumpkin patch in front of it. And then over here is the barn. I really like the barn. It is packed full of just, you know, stuff, right? Like, it's just messy, and I like that vibe for a farm, is it's just messy and packed everywhere. So we've got the nice little pens in here. These, I'm thinking in a future episode we'll go venture out and get some of the temperate animals. So like, we'll have some temperate chickens, pigs and cows in these pens. And then here we have got some little bee nests, and we've got some composters here, some barrels, and a nice stack of hay bales, which at the beginning of the video was bamboo, but our wheat field did so well. It had such a good harvest, we have been able to replace it with hay bales. And then upstairs, it's just like a little packed attic. It's just got a bunch of boxes and different, you know, junk really, because it's just, you know, it's a busy attic. So that is our farmyard done, and I am super thrilled with it. As I said, we are going to have another video coming back to this location, maybe in a couple episodes time, but we are going to be building a manor house for the farm owner. But we've also got a lot of empty space. You can see here, this is quite empty. I do think I want a path going down here to a little docks down there. But there is still a lot of open area around this location. So I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below on little builds that we can do, or something that we can add to this area. I'm thinking maybe like some little market stands, some like butcherers, or like some farm markets, anything. Give me some suggestions in the comments below, and we'll see what sounds the best, what sounds good, and we'll hopefully add them in a future video when we come back here. I hope you did enjoy today's video, and if you did, give it a like. And if you want to see more by me, and you want to see more in this beautiful world that we've been creating, make sure you subscribe. There's more videos coming, and there's plenty to watch as so far. So I hope you do have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next video. Goodbye.